Hey, I'm Max, and this is the development showcase for Eva Attack and Evangelion Short. Eva Attack is a short story that follows Jordan, a regular ordinary kind of bloke who was just out for a drink at his local bar when all of a sudden his day and life are flipped upside down. Literally. The short initially began as a generic robot attack on a city, but to make it more enjoyable I decided to give it a twist. Quickly browsing online, I found multiple models for the Evangelion Unit 01, and some of them were pre-rigged. Quickly applying some motion data I already had proved that Dream could be a reality. I slightly modified the script and added my own ending to include the Evangelion mech, and converted the script to an adequate shot list. The shot list included camera movement, but more importantly, what specific movements we needed to record in the motion capture studio. Linking up with a few other peers, we altered the shot list to accommodate everyone's alternative projects, and rehearsed our takes. Huge shout out to Tim who let us prep inside the motion capture studio as we struggled to find a free spot. We captured all of our motion data using the state-of-the-art motion capture system here at AUT. Some of the takes we got included sitting, running, jumping, and falling. Thanks to Jack who stepped into the suit last minute when our actor couldn't make it. Motion data, while very smooth and fluid, is often tedious to clean up. To fix missing points in the data, we used motion capture software Cortex, designed for live capture and post-production. The post-production utilizes many tools to fix gaps in the data. Simple tools like cubic join to fix small gaps, virtual join, which creates a point by triangulating 3 other points, and marker ID, for when the software almost knows what it is. With clean data in my pocket, I could move on to piecing my scene together. As I enjoy world building, I started with building the landscape and cafe/bar. We were given a template to work off, a good stepping stone for those unsure on how to use Maya. I modified mine to make the city feel more lived in and busy, adding background buildings, business buildings, apartments, vehicles that move along the street, and the new mech, along with the carnage that it brings. I also added a sky dome light. This sphere can use an image as its emissive surface. I added a 360-degree sky image to simulate the sky. I also made the bar look a lot more impressive, adding a complete drinks wall with hundreds of bottles and glasses. Now that the level was built in Maya, I could move on to solving the motion capture data. Solving is a process that involves defining the motion data to an actor, telling the software what points represent what limbs, and then pairing that to your personalized character. This can generally be done to any character as long as it has a posable skeleton. For this project I will be using Autodesk's own character generator, a very impressive character generator that produces customizable characters with fully rigged skeletons. To actually solve the motion data, we use software called Motion Builder. Motion Builder is one of the best applications for pairing motion data to a stylized character. To begin, I imported the motion data, then added an actor to the scene. Using this as a base, I adjusted the size of the actor to fit the motion data. Then I paired each to its respective limb. Hitting active shows the motion data displayed on a humanoid object. Quite cool. But that's only half the process. Now we pair it to the character. First I imported the character, then defined the skeleton of the character. This is done by selecting bones on the skeleton and pairing them to the human IK controller. Here I have just opened a file. I realized quickly that you can save skeleton definitions. As all of Autodesk characters have the same skeleton, I could just simply open a definition file every time I loaded a new character. This helped me save a lot of time throughout the project. Additionally, I found you can also import new motion data and have it override the old data, so that you wouldn't have to redefine the motion data every time. This is done through motion file import, merge, ignore model type. Once the skeleton was defined through the control rig, I paired it to the actor and sent it to Maya. Now with all my motion data in Maya, I was able to assemble the final video. I found great help in the graph editor, allowing me to visually see what was changing when I was keyframe animating fingers and object. I also used the time editor. This feature allows for slidable animations, helping me structure the scene properly and slide animations. Alongside these tools, I often utilize the animation layers. When an animation is baked to a control rig, it's very hard to change it, so we use animation layers, adding additional movement on top of the existing animation layer. Here I am using it to make the bartender look like he is picking up a bottle. And with keyframing the visibility of the bottle and parent constraint to the hand, it looks like he's grabbing it off the counter. Thankfully, this video only needed to be play blasted, as it takes a fraction of the time that rendering does. To get high quality play blasts, I changed some settings, adding anti-aliasing for smoother lines, motion blur and environmental fog, and removing everything that wasn't a polygon. At the end of a grueling process, I had all of my scenes in a video format. Annoyingly though, it was the wrong format. I had to spend precious time correcting the wrong encoding type in order to get my videos into Premiere Pro, but I eventually did. Premiere Pro is a great video making software. After lining all the clips up in chronological order, I began sound design. Lots of sound effects were added. Some were found on copyright-free sites. Some songs were obviously not Creative Commons. But a few of the sound effects and voice lines I recorded myself. After a long editing process, I was finally able to put together a video that I am very proud of. Pre-visualization is normally laughed at for how comically bad it looks, so for this project I decided to lean right into that and make this even more of a joke. I really hope you enjoyed watching it just as much as I did making it.